Recording in progress.
Okay. So this is the question. Please keep on. Okay. So yesterday we seen how to install posters on Windows platform. So this has been completed. So then after we seen how to connect the database. So there are two methods are there to connect the database. One is command line mode and the other is GUI mode. So command line mode we are using PSQL. So GA mode, we are using pgadmin tool. So we already seen how to connect the database using command line mode or pgadmin. So let's see today. So we are installing the Postgres using source code method on Linux platform. So if you want to install Postgres on Linux platform, you have to choose any one of the method out of these three. If it is Windows, we have only one method is available, that is GUI method. This is for applicable only Windows platform. So these three will be applicable on Linux platform, any kind of Linux. That could be Red Hat, Oracle Linux, Ubuntu, whatever. So we'll say source code method. So you can say, okay, so how to install Postgres using source code method. So let me. So for this setup, okay, so for Linux platform, we have to set up the lab environment first. Lab environment. For Windows, directly we can install on Windows, my Windows environment. So for Linux, we have to set up the lab environment. So for this lab, we are using Oracle VirtualBox. There is a application, Oracle VirtualBox application. So we have to download this Oracle VirtualBox. We have to download and install. It's a virtual software. Using this virtual software, we can create virtual missions. So we have to download this from Google. We can install just by clicking on Nest. So simple like how we are installing a VLC player or Windows Media Player. The same way you can download and install this Oracle VirtualBox software. Once install this Oracle VirtualBox software, this is the Oracle VirtualBox software. You can say this Oracle VirtualBox Manager. So where we can download this, just you can Google it, Oracle VirtualBox Manager free download. So you can get the link, it will download. So you can say, so where you want to install this Oracle VirtualBox Manager application on Windows platform. Click on Windows. Means we are going to install this Oracle VirtualBox Manager application software on Windows platform because on my laptop it's a Windows installed, Windows 11. So you select a Windows host, it's downloaded. You can say it's downloaded. How to install this Oracle VirtualBox Manager? This is the version 7.1.4. Just double click on the download software. Just click on Nest. The software going to install. It's in my case already installed. I don't want to again. So this is how you can download Oracle VirtualBox Manager software and you can install. Just double click on Nest. Next, after install Oracle VirtualBox Manager, we have to create the virtual mission. So for each and every virtual mission, each and every virtual mission, it's required some memory. It's required some memory. It's required some hard disk to store the data. Yes. So can say, so how much memory is required for each and every virtual mission? Minimum 5 GB is required. Minimum 5 GB is required each and every virtual mission. Hard disk. So like you can specify at least 100 GB. Worst case. You can specify 200 GB. That's good. 200 GB. Okay, if you don't have enough, you can specify 100 GB for hard disk. So for each and every virtual machine, it's required some memory, some hard disk storage. So by assigning these two, you can create a virtual machine. So how to create virtual machine? Just open the VirtualBox Manager, click on New. This is going to create a new virtual mission. So what is the mission name? Suppose you can give mission 2. You can give any name. This is the virtual mission name. Where you want to store this virtual machine related configuration files backend. Suppose I want to store some other D drive or somewhere. You can say D drive. There is a VB folder. Yes, means virtual box, virtual missions. So that this virtual mission related configuration files will be stored inside this folder. You can create anywhere. You can store this mission related backend files in anywhere in your drive. C drive, D drive, B drive. This is the best practice is D drive or E drive. We cannot keep inside C drive. That is not best practice. If you want to, if you don't have some laptops, they have only one drive, C drive. You can go and create just a VB folder, some folder VB or VM. VB means virtual box. So you can give the path so that the mission related backend files it will be created inside this. So here you can say type. So this is the Linux. We are going to install Linux operating system on this virtual machine. So type is Linux. Subtype is Oracle Linux. Yes, just give Linux. That's it automatically taken subtype and version. So can say click on finish. When you go to settings, this mission 2, which mission we created? This is the mission 2. The mission is created. You can go to settings. There you can assign the some memory, these and all. So for all these steps, there is a block is there. You can say here. For all these steps, there is a block is there. Just go through this step by step. How to download? You can say steps to install Oracle Linux 7.9. Open VM and click on new create virtual machine. By highlight the yellow color, just click on new. It will open the dialog box. Yes, give the mission name and a type and a folder where you want to save the folder. By default, it takes C users, that host name. So you can keep D drive or E drive by creating one folder VB or VM. So type is Linux. Then you can assign can say give memory size at least okay, 3 GB it's very low. You can assign the 5 GB. So here you can assign the 5 GB. Then hard disk. Then CPU takes 1 CPU. That's fine. Then hard disk. You can say hard disk. You can assign 100 GB or 200 GB. So like this, just follow this blog screenshots. There is a record also there. Previous batch record. I will share the record. By using this blog and recording, you can create a lab environment. Still, if you have any queries, just ping me. I will assign someone. They will help you to set up the lab environment. So can say next storage. Once create the virtual machine, we can assign once create the virtual machine, we have to download the Oracle Linux software. Can say yes, we download and install. Next, we have to download Oracle Linux software. Which Linux we are using for this lab environment? Oracle Enterprise Linux means which was developed by Oracle. Which version we are using? 7.9. We are using Oracle Linux Simple OEL 7.9. So we have to download this Oracle Linux software. Where we can download? You can say here. So there is a download Oracle VirtualBox. Yes, from this you can after download double click on setup file, click on next, finish. This is installation of Oracle VirtualBox. Next we have to download 7.9. You can say 7.9. So just go to this link. There we can get all the Oracle Linux software versions information. You can say Oracle Linux installation media. So this is the latest Oracle Linux operating system which was developed by Oracle. So they given version, the latest version is 9.5. Oracle Linux can say. So we can use 7.9. Later you can use 8.5, 9.5. The 7.9 is compatible with the Postgres 14 till 15. If you want to go with the Postgres 16, you have to go with the operating system also. It should be 8 or above. Till 15 Postgres 15 version, we can install on top of Postgres 7.9. 7.9 is 7 is required. That could be anything 7.8 or 7.7. So 7.9 is compatible. So we are using 7.9 version. So Oracle Linux release 7. Under 7, there is a 7.9 server 64-bit. So these Linux extension .iso means it's a image files. All the operating systems softwares will be extension could be DVD files .iso. The extension could be .iso. So under full ISO, we have to download always. Not boot ISO, not source ISO. So which one we can download? You can see three softwares are available. Under full ISO, boot ISO, source ISO. Always we have to download, choose the respective version. Under full ISO, you can download. Suppose 7.9, click on this. It's going to start download. Before download, you have to register with Oracle account. Okay, you can register Oracle account using those credentials. You can download this 7.9 version. Later, if you want to, what is the size of this Oracle Linux software size? 4.5 GB. It takes time. It's one time it's required to download. Once you download, you can keep into some folder. You can use every time when you install Oracle Linux, you can use that software. One time it's required to download and keep into some folder. So this is how you can download Oracle Linux software. The latest version is Oracle Linux operating system 9.5. So we are using 7.9. Later, if you want to, you can use 8 version. So when it's required 8 version or above, when you want to install Oracle Postgres software, Postgres database software, 16 or above, till 15, Postgres till 15, it's required. Minimum 7 is required, Oracle Linux. So we are using 7.9. So this is how you can download. Clear? This is for direct link. When you give this copy paste, direct started download. So here it lists out all the versions. You can choose the version under full ISO. You can download this one. After download, we have to attach the download software into virtual machine. How to attach? You can see here. Go to the settings. There is a storage. Here you can attach the operating system. Just you can go through this document. You can see I downloaded somewhere. I keep just attach the software. Yes, I attached Oracle Linux 7.9. Using this software, it's going to start the installation on top of virtual machine which we created. So there is a network properties we need to change. It could be bridge adapter. Then after start the, if you set up all the properties in the storage, we have to attach the Oracle Linux software. In the network, we need to change the network properties. And in the system level, there is a, you can see here, in the display, we need to change these properties, VBox, SVGA. Go to this screenshot. In the system level, we need to change these properties. Next, display level. Next, storage level. We need to attach the download software. Then after, then network, we need to change the network properties. Everything is done. Then start the installation by clicking on start. Then it will start the installation using Oracle Linux 7.9. Because we attached the Oracle Linux 7.9, we downloaded and we attached it. So it started. We have to, using these screenshots, you can go and install. One by one, all the screenshots are there. And there are recording also there. You can, using those recording, you can set up the installation. You can set up your lab environment, your side. Once lab environment is done, then you can say, so how to start the mission? You can say, there is a mission, Postgres 15 source. This is, I created a mission, my side. So let me click on start. How to start the mission? Yes, I already installed Oracle Linux, OEL 7.9. Just I started a mission. So we have to wait until start the mission. It takes time, less than 2 minutes based on the system configuration. We have to wait till what time it takes, till full start. We have to wait. Let's wait. If the system configuration, the virtual machine configuration is good, if you assign 5 GB, immediately it started. If you assign 3 GB, low memory, it takes time. So that's why each and every virtual machine, it's required 5 GB. Can say immediately started. So can say, so how to log in? What is the default user in Linux? Root user. What is the default super user to administrate in Linux operating system for any Linux? The default username is root. So log in with root. So what is the password this user? While installation of Oracle Linux, we have to give the password. That password, using that password, you can log in. The username default they given. Password you have to give the while installation. Click on next password. So I know password. So I enter the correct password. I can log in. So now I log into this virtual machine. This is the Linux server. This is the server. In this server, which operating system you install? Linux operating system. If you want to install Windows, yes, you can install Windows also. On this VM, you can install any operating system, either Windows, either Linux, either Mac OS, whatever. We require Linux operating system because the database majority projects they are running the Postgres database on top of Linux operating system. So on this VM, we installed a Linux operating system. You can install any Linux. If you want to install Windows, yes, you can install Windows. But that's not a requirement. Okay. Now the machine is started. So now where we can, the Linux means completely command-based operating system. Windows means it's a GUI operating system. With the help of mouse, I can do, suppose I want to open Notepad in my Windows. So click on search with Notepad keyword, open the Notepad. That's it. It's open. But Linux is a completely, it's working on based on commands where I can give the command. If you need something, first you have to give the command. First, suppose you want to know what Linux, which Linux version installed. Suppose it is Windows, how to do that? There is a PC. There is a PC. Right click on PC. Go to properties. There come to know which operating system installed on my laptop. So you can say Windows 11. With the help of mouse, I come to know. So in Linux operating system, it's working based on the commands. If you need something, you have to give the command. Where I can write a command, where I can give a command, there is a terminal. In Linux, there is a terminal. Every Linux operating system, there is a terminal is there. How to open the terminal? Just right click on, this is the Linux desktop. This is the Linux operating system VM desktop. On the desktop, right click, there is a terminal, open terminal. Yes, terminal opened. So this terminal opened. Here you can give the command. If you need something, you have to give the command, right command. Then the command will give the right output. So now I open the terminal. Just I open the terminal. That's it. I did not do anything. Just right click. How to open the terminal? Right click, open terminal. So this server, which user I use to log in? Which user I use to log in this VM? Username is root. Yes or no?
Sir.
So here this is the username. Which user used to log in? We have to understand this line. So what it will print first? This one. This is the username. Which user you log into this mission? Currently we log in with root user. That's why it display root. If you log in with suppose ABC, what it will print here? ABC. That means we can understand when you open the terminal, you can understand, okay, I log in with the root user. Root is a super user in Linux operating system. That is the admin user. With the root user, I can do anything. Full permission this user having. Every software it has one default user. If you take database, there also one super user is there. That user having all the privileges. So in Linux, root is the default user. That user having all the privileges. So currently I log in with the root user. The username is root. So after root, after username, there is a @ symbol. This is the fixed. After that, what is this? This is the host name. Host name. While installation of Oracle Linux software, it's required to give the host name. That time I given host name Oracle Linux 7. So that is the host name. So the current host name, what is the host name? By seeing this line, I can understand. I can tell. So I log into username root user and my host name is, this is the host name. Easily I can understand. I can tell if anyone asks. So what is this? After a host name, tilde. What is this symbol name? Tilde. Tilde means current user home directory. Current user home directory. What is the current user? Root. So what is the root home directory? Yes. What is the root home directory?
OracleLinux.
What is the root home directory?
Slash root sir.
Home directory.
Slash sir.
Slash
Slash root
slash
root sir.
root. Slash root only. P double D. What is the root home directory? Slash root is the root home directory. What is the ABC directory? ABC user home directory?
/home/ABC.
Slash ABC. What is the ABC one home directory?
Slash home slash ABC.
ABC one. But when you come to root user, the root user home directory different, not slash home slash root. You have to remember only root user. For all users, it's common. Just replace the username. If you take any user other than root, what is the home directory of user? XYZ slash home slash XYZ. So tilde indicates current user home directory. What is the current user? Root. So what is the root home directory? Slash root is the root home directory. Okay. So after there is a hash indicates. Hash indicates means currently you log in with the root user. By seeing this username, we can understand we log in with the root user. And also by seeing this symbol hash. Hash means we log in with the root user. If you log in with some other user, instead of hash, it replace dollar. If you see hash symbol, that means we log in with the root user, that is the super user. Please give 1 minute. If you log in with other than root user, instead of hash, it will print a dollar symbol. That means dollar means it's not root user. They log in with some other user. What is the username means? Here you can see. So that is this complete line information. Understand everybody? Anyone any queries? Because most of the guys from SQL DB background, that's why okay, we'll go this depth. Tell anyone any queries? Any SQL DB background people? Fine, right? No queries. Okay. So now can say okay. Each is Linux server, any server that could be Windows server, that could be Linux server. There is one IP address allocated. One host name is allocated, one IP address is allocated. If you want to connect this VM, this server, how to connect remotely? This is physically a login to directly log into this server. This is physically a login, yes, exit. I log in directly this mission in real time, the server where it is located in the client place. Suppose client is okay, Mumbai, where the server is located in Mumbai. If you want to log in, direct log into your server, you have to go to client place. You have to go to Mumbai, where the server is located. You have to go to that place. You have to log in. But it's not possible in real time. All people are logging to remotely. How to log into remotely this virtual machine? So to log in remotely this server, we have to know either IP address or host name. We have to know what we have to know to connect this server remotely. We have to know either IP address or host name. So who give this host name or IP address? Linux people, they build this Linux server. They have to share to DBA team. This is the server. We have to tell them Linux team. We need to install Postgres database software. We need one host which was installed Linux 7.9 version. So please keep this is the host name. So they installed, they build the database server, they build the Linux server with a specified name which we shared. So they build the Linux server, they have to share the host name or IP address. So how to get the host name? Just type host name. Open terminal. As a Linux people, they have full access. They log in after build the Linux server, Linux installation. They no host name and IP address. They share with the DBA team. This is the host name or IP address, so and so server which you required. So we have to take the IP address or host name. There is a putty software. Using putty software, we can connect remotely. Putty software. So how to install putty? Just you can just putty free download. It's a small, it's a KB file. Just you can install nest. That's it. Download putty. No, just a Windows. Where you want to install putty 6486-bit. You can see it started download. Just to open the putty, you can see here. This is the putty software I downloaded. Just a double click on it. Nest. That's it. Yes, it's installing the putty software. Using this putty software, it's a client tool to connect remotely. Yes, I done putty installation. To connect remotely Linux server, any Linux server, to connect remotely, you need client tools. What are the client tools? Putty software is one of the client tool, or winscp. What is the use of these client tools? Tell me. What is the use of these client tools? Client tools for Linux missions, Linux server. What are those? Putty software. Second, winscp. Okay. So what is the use of putty software? These two tools, these two client tools, which we can use to establish the connection to Linux server remotely. So winscp, what is the use of this winscp? For file share. Suppose on Windows, on my desktop, there is a file is there. This is the file is there. Suppose on desktop, this is file is there. I want to transfer this file to this Linux server. How to do that? Using winscp. Using winscp. Putty means if you want to do some work, if you want to see the database health checkup, database running or not, if you want to connect Linux server remotely to do perform some database activities, yes, you can use putty. That is these two are the client tools we can use to connect, to establish the connection to Linux server remotely. Direct login means directly you have to go to where the mission is there, where the client place is there. You have to go to that location. You have to direct login. That is the direct login. Physical login. This is for logical, remote login. Clear? So how to know that to establish the connection using these two tools, we need a IP address or host name of the Linux server. Who give these details? By Linux team only. How to suppose for practice purpose, we only created Linux mission. We have to know IP address. We have to know host name. How to get the host name? Just type host name, enter. It gives this is the host name. What is the IP address? Type if config. Type if config to get the IP address. You can see this is the IP address. 192.168.0.161. Any Linux mission, these commands are fixed. That's why DBA job is very easy. These all are repeated commands. Wherever you want to find the IP address, if config. Wherever if you want to find the host name, just type host name. So now our IP address is 192.168.0.161. By using this IP address, I can connect remotely to this server, same server. I am connecting this mission only, not directly, remotely. This mission is there in Mumbai location, the client place. I can connect via network using this IP address, username, password. So username, password, they create the username, your own username, password. They share the username, password, IP address. Suppose this is my IP address, 192.168.161. Username is suppose ABC. Password ABC. Yes. They're not going to share with root user. Root is the Authorized person, they can use. Who authorized person? Root user, Linux admin, not DB admin. So they don't want to share root credential. They created own user for yours. They share with username, password, and IP address. So in our case, we created for internal training. We created a Linux installation ourselves, so we can use root user. You can use root user, or if you want to utilize your own user, you have to create own user and password. Here there is no Linux admin. This is internal training purpose. We build the Linux server. So instead of own user, we are using root user. Yes, password we know, Oracle. So by using this credential, we can establish the connection remotely, either winscp or putty. Winscp means for file transfer for Windows to Linux server, Linux server to local system, we are using winscp for file transfer. To establish the connection, database server, to do some database related task, you can use putty. Let me open putty. I install putty. It's simple. WinSP also same. Just type WinSCP free download. Just download. Click on next. How to just search with putty? Open putty. Yes, you can see. It's asking host name or IP address. What is the host name or IP address? What is the IP address? 192.168.0.161. Click on open. Yes. When this able when this we can able to successfully establish the connection, make sure this machine should be up and running. That could be database, that could be Linux machine. When we can successfully establish the connection remotely, if it is Linux server, the server should be up and running. Yes, I started, my machine is up and running, my server is up and running. Then I can connect. It's asking enter the username, root, password. Yes, you can give the password. So this is how can establish the connection remotely. Clear? Any queries from anyone? Just change the font size under appearance, change, select the number under font style, what you want. You can see connected remotely. In our case, my machine also in my laptop, I connected putty in my laptop. But in live project, this virtual machine, this machine is there in the client place, not in the local system. This is the server. This located in the client place. Using putty, this IP address, username, password, I can connect in from our laptop. So when you can this successfully establish the connection, when the server is up and running. If the server is down, here we cannot establish the connection. Suppose there is a other server is there. You can see here, this server is IP address 162. This currently power off state means server is down state. Are you able to establish the connection? Let me try. What is the IP address? 192.168.0.162. This machine IP address is 162. 162, but this is currently shutdown state. We cannot establish the connection. Let me try. Can see? Click on open. Even it's not give, enter the login user. There is a timeout, some period is there, some fraction of just 1 minute, some. So till that time it wait. It's checking backend, server is up or not. Once the timeout is reached, it throws error, network connection error something. Let's wait. You can see connection timeout. To establish the connection, there is some 1 minute, less than 1 minute time is there. It wait till that 1 minute time. Once time is reached out, they throws the error, network error. That means the server is not running. We have to inform to Linux team in real time. So this I am not able to log in. So please check the server is running or not. Linux team, they have full permission. They can verify. They have access physical servers. They can verify the server is running or not. Like this, we can establish the connection remotely. Any queries from anyone? Okay, so this is about putty. let me make connection via winscp. So same, you can download winscp. Okay, winscp free download. Just you can download winscp. You can just free download.
Yeah.
You can say, so download winscp. This is for file transfer we are using from Windows system to Linux server to Windows machine. Download. You can say download winscp 6.3.6. It started to download. Your download setup.exe will start shortly. You can say it was started. So just click on next. We can install winscp. The same. You can see, open the download folder, winscp setup, double click on it, next. Click on yes, it's asking permission, admin permission, accept. Okay, so click on next, install. It's going to install that winscp 6.3.6. It's in my case already I have, so it's upgraded, latest version. So you can say connecting the winscp setup wizard, click on finish. How to set up, how to connect a winscp via winscp? You can say you have to open the winscp. Let me open, you can say how to open, search with winscp tool, open the winscp tool. So here also if you want to establish the connection, you need IP address or host name. What is the IP address? 192.168.0.161. What is the username? Root. What is the password? Oracle. Here new site, you have to select new site and give the host name or IP address, username, password, click on login. Accept. You can say connected. The right side, here you have to understand. The left side, you can say here. The right side, this is about Linux server, root home directory. You can see by default when you log in with root user, we are in the root home directory /root. Under /root, what are the files are there in the Linux server? Those all files directories displayed here. This is Linux server. This is for local download folder from my local system, Windows server. This is Windows server location, downloads folder. You can say downloads folder. This is for Linux server. If you want to transfer this file to local system, I can do that. Just drag and drop. If you want to transfer this file, suppose this file is there in my Windows, just drag and drop here. For file transfer, we are using winscp tool. So that is the purpose, main purpose winscp. So can say this is my local system. What is the local system path? C users del downloads. Here root home directory. What is the root home directory? /root. This is the Linux server. If you want to this file to downloads folder, you can say just drag and drop. Go to downloads. You can say that file is just a drag and drop. Yes, done, copied. If you want to, you can go change it. You can say file is copied or not. You can say this one initial setup case.cfg. When it was copied, just now this is the time 27. So no, let me change the timestamp. Yeah, Can say 12th, 11th, 12th. Let me Anaconda CFG. Where it was. Okay, there are more files are there. Let me change the directory here. Okay, so let me go to reports. Can say here there are I changed the path. Now I am in the under reports. Users del downloads under reports. Few files are there. I can easily find out whether it is copied or not. Can say copied or not. This what is the timestamp it's showing? Yeah, this is the creation of time. Okay. Linux means when I installed Linux operating system, that day I installed 7th month. So that's why it's showing that is the file changed time. So this file is copied. Suppose if you want to copy this file to Linux server, yes, copied. Like this, we can transfer the file. Suppose if you download the software, database software, you can go to the software location, copy, suppose EDB, this is the software. Just if you want to transfer, just drag and drop. Can say here, if you want to refresh and see the software is copied or not. Can say copied. EDB PG agent pg14.exe. The same file is copied. This is the purpose we are using winscp. Any queries for anyone? These client tools. Okay. So, okay. So there are, let me go to, this is about Linux installation, virtual machine. Then we have to install Linux operating system. Then we have to take the IP address. Then we can connect the data Linux server using client tools, either putty or winscp. WinSP using to establish the connection for trial file transfer. Putty to connect the Linux server to do some database activities because we are DBAs. So let me go to installation part. Okay. So how many ways we can install Postgres? There are 4 methods are there. GA method, this is for applicable only Windows platform. These 3 methods will be applicable only Linux. If you go to Linux, you have to choose either source code method or RM method or RP method. We'll see source code method. So if it is source code method, what is the default home location? If you install Postgres via source code method, what is the default home location? This is the default home location. /usr local pg equal. That is the fixed. That is the default home location where the software will be installed. What is the data directory? You can use any data directory. For easily understand, I am going to use /user1/data15. You have to create this directory. Once directory is available, I can use to keep my data files under configuration files. But we can use any. This is the default location when you go with the source code method. We can change later. First initial we'll go with the default locations. Then later we'll see how to customize the installation part. Okay. What is the default port number? If you install anywhere, that is either Windows or Linux. What is the default port number? 5432. That is the fixed port number. What is the default super user in Postgres database? Super user is Postgres. In Linux, root. So how many database created? 3 database created. One is Postgres, template 1, template 0. Out of this, what is the default database? When we connect the database, which database we connect? The connection is established to default database. What is the default database? Postgres is the default database out of these 3. So how to connect the database? How to connect to DB? There are 2 methods are there. One is command line mode. In command line mode, we are using PSQL. Second, GUI mode. GUI mode, what we are using? PG admin tool. PG admin tool. So this is about when you install Postgres via source code method. So these 2 are main important. The remaining all are same. You can go with any method. The same 3 database created. The port number is same. Super user is same. Default database is same. The way of connection is same. Only the home location of data directory will be changing. when you go with the source code and then after M method. If you go with M method, yes, the default home location different. Data directory is different. We'll discuss tomorrow. Any queries as of now? Okay, so